What's up guys, Maxi359 here, and welcome to my 250 subscriber special Behind the Sands of Time. In this video, I'm going to be giving you an explanation on how I built the sand timer that I use in the main room in Sands of Time. Quite a few people have asked me to do this, so I thought, you know what, might as well. This isn't a perfect recreation of the actual one in MCC, but it's the best I could do, and it is a bit confusing at times. I'm sure if you understand the basics of how to do it, you'll be able to work out your own way of making it easier with like chain command blocks or something. But this is the way that I've done it, so I'm going to show you how. I'm going to start over here, and this is the lever that starts it all. This bit of redstone, first of all, is just a delay that allows me to fly back over and get ready so I can see the teams when the game starts counting down. This first command block will set a redstone torch which powers this set over here. The rest is literally just one, removing the barriers that's around you when you spawn in, the sound effects for the countdown and the display for the countdown, so the title and the sound effects. This one is also just for when the game starts, it'll give you the tile. Over here though is the main ticking element of the Sands of Time timer. Over here we have a delay of 10 seconds or 200 ticks. 1 second is 20 ticks in standard Minecraft, and this fills the bottom sand block with air in the bottom of the sand timer, which obviously allows it to tick down. That happens every 10 seconds. Over here we have testing, if there is sand at the bottom of the timer, and if there is, we will play the sound that lets everyone know, bang, one of the sand has fallen out. It's good to mention that this isn't the bottom sand block, this is the 40-second mark, so above 30 seconds, because when you want the players to know that it's below 30 seconds, you'll play a different noise so they know it's getting urgent, you better get over there and fill some sand in. This is where it starts to get a bit fidgety. This just has a slight delay, and then basically I'll explain the delay first. The delay is so that this gets powered after like half a second or something. Because that allows the sand in the timer to fall down, because if it's in motion, then all of the blocks that are detected will just be classed as air, and that can cause a lot of bugs. So you may notice in the actual videos, the 30-second alarm and the closing of the dungeon is slightly after when the last sand ticks out. So this will spawn a redstone torch. Obviously you could build this little bit over here anywhere. I've just decided to build it here because, I don't know, I just did. This will spawn a torch here, which will activate this link of command blocks over here. This one's very simple, it just, after half a second, it will just delete this, so we can respawn another torch afterwards. So this chain over here checks if the sand timer is empty. It will check if the bottom block is air. It will check if the next block is air. Obviously this is all just kind of unneeded, you could probably get rid of about half of these. This is just being like double, triple sure. It's just checking that majority of the, you see I skipped a few there, majority of the sand timer is filled with air, so there's nothing in it. And if there is, it will fill a redstone block at those coordinates, which is underneath here. And this is basically, this is the end. When the timer's got nothing in it, this will be the end. So it will activate. Oh, Ella's died. It'll activate the end sequence. It will say sand timer's ended, leaving you trapped. And let me just go to the end sequence quickly. So that command block will spawn a redstone torch here, which will first of all play the sound when the timer ends, and it will just do the basic closing the nether portal with sandstone, so when it falls down from the top, locking you in. So going back over here to the original set, this redstone torch and air here will basically act as the same thing. It will fill a redstone torch and then clear it. But for this bit over here, we're just testing if there's 30 seconds or less in the sand timer. So this one will test if the bottom one is sand. It'll test if one of the higher ones is air, and continue. Obviously this little bit here is unneeded. You could probably just test if there's sand at the bottom, and if at the 40-second mark there's air, and then just have the end command block, which is playing the alert sound that, hey, you should probably go back to the sand timer, it's getting very low. So that explains kind of how the ticking and registering of how much sand is left works. This would work just on its own if you have like ladders or like a teleport button. When I didn't know how to do the sand teleport, I used to have a button here which would teleport you up, and then you could fill in the sand timer yourself. So it would work if you do that, or just with like ladders or something, because the next bit does take a while because you have to do it 4 times over. But now I'm going to explain how the teleporting of the sand works. So for the sand teleporting will be these 2 mini blocks here, and then this is just a check to make sure everything's running smoothly. Obviously you'll have to repeat it 4 times for each side of the timer. An idea, if you do want to build this as well, if you don't want to go for the original design, you could build the sand timer in like a corner or up against a wall, so you only have to do this once. So there'll be one place you can put the sand in. That still works, it's just more convenient for the players if you have it on all 4 sides. So this one's a bit of a complicated command. You will execute for everyone, so this runs the command at everyone. Once there is sand detected at the bottom of the timer, it will fill the top of the timer with sand. Very simple concept. And the block next to it, as soon as it detects a sand, then it will fill that location with air, which is the instant removal of the sand. So I'll just go and explain that quickly. So for this, the first command block will detect there is a sand there, and when there is, it teleports one up to the top. Well, it doesn't teleport, but it fills this top block with air. And then because there's a chain block next to it, so the next tick later, it will detect again there's a sand block on this blue block here, so it will fill this block with air, instantly removing it. If you don't have that second one, there is a big bug that happens where the sand just doesn't get deleted, and because the first command block can infinitely detect the sand on there, it will just spam sand back into the timer. So this set of chain command blocks here is basically a checklist that you run through to make sure that the sand is being given correctly, and if the sand timer is full, no bugs will occur. So these first 2 blocks will check if the top 2 sand blocks are full. This block is probably unneeded because it's just checking if the top and the second from the top is full, so I don't really think you need them both, but I just have it here because better safe than sorry, and it doesn't take long to build. So once this is detected, and once this is detected, it will run this. Oh, shut up, cave noise. Then it will detect if the block above the blue block is sand, and if it is, then it will run this. It will tell you in the action bar that the sand timer is full. This is basically, the title action bar is this slight message that comes above your hotbar. Very small message, but in red it just tells you the sand timer is full and you can't put any more in. This location bit is literally, it means the closest player to these coordinates, which is the blue block that you've linked it to. Obviously you have to do this 4 times. If that is successful, then it will give the closest person to that blue block a refund of sand, and then it will fill the block with air again. So I can show you how that works. Obviously, there is 2 blocks missing, so the first one will go in nicely, second one will go in nicely. As you see, I have 1 block of sand on me. I'm in creative mode, so if I was in survival, I'd get it. Actually, I'll put myself in survival. I have the 1 sand. I better not get attacked by mobs, that wouldn't be helpful. 1 sand here, the sand timer is full. when I try to place it, I'll lose the sand for a second, but then because the command blocks register that the top one is full, then it will refund me the sand, and it will tell me that the sand timer is full. Obviously, if you spam this, it'll be accurate 100% of the time. So there you have it. That's how I built the sand timer for Sands of Time. It's definitely an easier way somewhere, but I have not found that yet. If you want to go ahead and try yourself, I absolutely encourage you, because this is an absolute blast to play with your friends, or maybe just to spectate even. It's really fun. It does take a very, very, very long time to build though. This has been in the works for over a month at the time of uploading this video, because there is a lot going on here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for 250 subscribers. I wish you good luck on trying this yourself if you want to. Although it may take a while, it's definitely worth the effort. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like on the video if this is helpful for you. And goodbye.